What is up, everyone? How are y'all doing tonight? Before we get started, apologize. I don't know why the new sub sound is not working for resubs. But quick shout out. Let me roll through them real quick. Geo, thank you for the gifted sub. 159. Thank you for 4 months. I appreciate it. Magic Gnome, thank you for 4 months. Twitch Prime sub. And Kinnick, last but not least, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Really appreciate it. How's everyone doing tonight? How is everyone doing tonight? Let me see. Still need to get a big Switch one. Yeah, I was able to get the actual like MP3 to work in Streamlabs for like the new subscribers. For whatever reason, it's not working for resubs. So sure. Yeah, it's 0siris building a Sirius. So if you don't know, this board was done by Project Keyboard, or 159 if he's still here. 0siris. It was done by his company, Project Keyboard. Doesn't show up very well, but it's got a nice little Sirius engraved in there. Or not engraved, but, well, I guess, I don't know how he did it, but, yeah. I'm really excited to build this. It's gonna be a good time. So, case is made out of palm. It's a full palm board. So you've got a palm plate, which I have, with the help of 159, modified to support split backspace, as well as we're actually putting some palm switches in, using some Nolive Cream switches that I lubed up with 205 grade 0 earlier this week. It's going to be looks like Bud for a second. It does, doesn't it? No, unfortunately the PCB is not palm, and unfortunately the keycaps that I have for it are not palm. I was joking with Chewy that I missed out on the opportunity to do a full palm. The PCB is an ANSI by Canon Keys, and I apologize for the ink on my hands. It's part of using a fountain pen. Yes, Shota IRL creams are made out of palm. So this is the palm on palm build. So I'm excited for that. Before we get started, I do want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, switchmod.net. You can go to switchmod.net/mexondeck to get 4% off lube. Other stuff, there's tons of stuff coming out from Switchmod. He's got GMK Alter is starting on Friday, so check that out. But yeah, get yourself some 205 grade 0, some 3203, some 3204, and he actually made these canisters of it available. So if you buy enough and you get this, you can get a big old tub of lube sent to you. So definitely worth it, especially on the 205. If you're a linear person, worth it. Next up, Zap cables. So not a lot of people realize this. You can actually get desk mats from Zap cables. This beautiful desk mat that I am going to be working on tonight is from Zap cables. It's huge. It's a very large desk mat. It's bigger than a lot of the other ones that are out on the market. So if you're looking for one to kind of cover almost your whole desk, pick up one of these. You can also get cables up there. Some of the best cables in the business. So check out zapcables.com. And then last but not least, Dixie Mech. You can go to mexondeck.dixiemech.com to get GMK Dracula. 2 days left. Go over there, pick it up, and then look out for GMK Terra next month. So head on over to those websites, check us out. little bit more information, exclamation point sponsors in chat where I was typing. Let's see. Also, Moon, you don't exist as a person. What the hell? I've got like a looks like a good wrist rest. It was. Moon, I hope you're doing well. I hope you are enjoying Minneapolis. We're gonna get started. So first thing, before you do anything, and I did this before the stream, test out your PCB. Plug it in, make sure everything works. Make sure it's up to snuff. Make sure you get it all to your likings. You don't necessarily have to necessarily like program everything. It's always better if you do. But yeah, check out your PCB, make sure everything's good. I did that before the stream. If you're in our Discord, you would have seen a picture of me getting ready for the stream, which I had EK switch hitter on the screen. Everything was green, no yellow, no red. It was all good. So first up, we got our stabs. Sirius is looking sexy. I think this is a board that a lot of people are going to be upset that they missed out on. If you were watching our episode today, I told Chewy one of the big reasons why I wanted to get it is because Quakeums from Top Clack would not stop talking about how awesome it was, and he told me that it was really his kind of favorite board of the year so far. So I'm really excited to try the palm on palm. That was the initial build that he did, I believe. If I remember correctly, he initially did a palm on palm build. So what's the temperature like out there, Moon? Moon's a California boy. This is the olive build. I do have the switches. They are right here. And they are lubed with 205 grade 0. Geo, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, my dude. It is like rainy, super hard here. Getting really bad. Hopefully I don't have a hopefully my power doesn't go out. That would be unfortunate. So what I'm doing here, you can see these little legs. That one. And then that one. I'm just going to snip them off. It really is going to look great with GMK Olive. And that's what I am planning on doing with this. Obviously Olive is not out quite yet. Should be out next month. It's going to be the Olive on Nolives on Sirius. Be a little bit of a stickler here. It's a little bit more flush. That is true, Geo. Your PC Sirius is definitely rare, but you want your stabs to look like that on the bottom. Those little inserts. So then that way they're not bottoming out. They're not creating any additional noise on your build. How do you make Nolive creams? Well, they're really just regular novel keys creams, but they have a different, the housing is an olive color, as well as the stem it's made to match GMK Olive. And also the spring inside is a little bit different. It's a 63.5 gram spring in terms of bottom out. Whereas, let me see, actual creams are. Yeah, 70. So 63.5 gram springs versus 70 on the standard creams. So if you were to wanting to make this, you basically just need to buy 63.5 gram springs, and then you can, but unfortunately you won't be able to purchase the olive colored housing or stem anymore. That was kind of like a limited thing. Also, if anyone has like 35, I would love 35 more, because for whatever reason I bought 100, and so I only have enough to do one build, and I have an annoying amount. So then I have like 30 left. But yeah. I did not. The 205 is actually, it's surprisingly not like gummy or anything at all. I felt some other people's lube. I tend to lube fairly light, I feel. I also take my time when I lube switches, so I spend a lot of time making sure everything is trying to be as even as possible. You'll never really achieve peak performance of evenness. You just kind of want to get them close. Once you get it close, it'll kind of work itself out. Things will even out over time. I did not. Although I know Chewy actually prefers 3204, which unfortunately I don't have my 3204 right now. I don't have my 3204 because Moon stole it. Never gave it back. Mykonos. Maybe. We'll see. Is Saki involved as well? Because if that's the case, then maybe. Actually, something. Moon's not too bad. Moon's not too bad. He's a good dude. Bring Chewy so we can ball out. Maybe. So I'm gonna give a quick shout out to Man of Interest, Huey. I see him use this and I found out what it is. It's a little like thing to kind of hold PCB components, but it's great for when you want to like lube something. Grabs a nice little hold of it, and you can just kind of like lube it up. So it's nice. Where's my lube? I actually think I'm gonna start with the housings rather than the actual inserts. Yeah, it's great for when you're like with your stems as well. I don't have like a loose stem, but it's like when you're lubing switches, you can up, back in, you're set. It lets you be a lot more precise and get a good look at everything to make sure it's even. Really big shout out to Interest on that one. This is a 4-prong. See? 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. You did not give me 159. All the diamonds that you got off of the Kepler and Sirius group buys. That's the real Kepler delay. It's probably true. I will say I go light on switches, I go heavy. Stabs. I like my stabs to be a little bit not gummy, not mushy, but I like them to be a little bit have them be close to the point of Cygnus 211. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it, my dude. How are you doing tonight? All right. Just lubing the inner housing. Inserts. The wire. Set. I'm doing well, man. I'm excited for this keyboard. This is probably... It's a very... At least to me... It's a very hyped up keyboard, and I think it's very rightfully so. I have not heard a single negative thing about it. So I'm very excited to build it. That's a lot. What is everyone typing on tonight? That's a good question. Get a little activity up in here. And is everyone having a good week so far? I know it's only Tuesday. It's still early in the week, but... Of course. Chewy's doing the Fiel with Zycos. Yeah, I know. You have a weird schedule. Oh my gosh, 159. That is a intense build. That is I don't know off the top of my head, are blue Alps more expensive than brown Alps? I don't think so. I think brown Alps are the most expensive, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Either way, that is a very expensive build. I always have the dream that one day I will be able to go to like a Goodwill or something and find a set of find an old Apple board that has Alps in it. Like, I don't even care what kind of Alps it is. It would just be cool to find one for like super cheap, for like an old Model M or something. Like something where someone doesn't know what it is and I can just get it for like $3. That would be insane. I've tried them. If I had to choose, if I had the ability to purchase some, which, I mean, I guess I do have an ability, I just don't want to spend that much money. But I would buy, if I could, I would buy brown Alps. Brown Alps are by far my favorite. Yeah, I feel like if I were to go to like a recycling or like an old PC place, they might know what they have, but not like to the full extent. I feel like if I went to like an old like PC refurbishment center or something, they might have some cool old vintage stuff. Or like an old electronics repair place and maybe get like a broken one I can harvest from. That would be the best idea. Like a broken apple. They don't realize that you can take the switches out and still make just as much money off of it. Fly to a third. I guess you could do that as well. Moon. Thank you for the 4 months with Twitch Prime. I'll get you your air horn here in a second. I get some air horns in the chat. I don't know why it's not working for resubs, but hit you up with that. Moon. Thanks for the 4 months, my dude. Appreciate it. Sad you're gone. Rest in peace, Moon. Nah, dude. I hope you're doing well. I wish you the best in soda. You the best. Yes. I think Magic Gnome just wants his mod spot. That's way too much. If you haven't already, check out our YouTube channel. If it's your first time here, Mix on Deck is not just me. Got my partner in crime, Mr. Chewy. In the chat. We're actually going to be live again tomorrow night. You stop on by. We're going to be doing an interview with Mr. Keebs, straight out of Brazil. It's going to be a good time. We're going to be talking about his insane collection. The dude's got like a ridiculous amount of boards. Let me get this out here. Yep. Chewy is in fact the Baka man. Which the Bakas have started. Baka is happening. If you don't know, that is a board designed by my co-host Chewy. Wasn't like super publicized unless you're familiar with these parts. But really excited about it. DM me my address? No. Not right now. You should message me on Discord so I don't forget. I'm gonna put some vintage blacks. So what's everyone excited for? We've got 13 key sets running next month. What are y'all picking up? I know you can't see what I'm doing because I'm left-handed. I do it like this. You built your first board yesterday? What board did you build, my dude? I think 6.5. I didn't even know those were shipping. Nice. Rez is going hard. 3 key sets. It's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah, I figured you meant Bingsu. Little project keyboard shout out. EMK Bingsu. It's live right now. You can go pick it up. They designed this board and the Kepler and the FC65 and a whole bunch of other things that were named something different that are named things now, like the Sirius 65. It's named something different. I don't remember what it is. Someone in chat help me out. The Valkyrie looks awesome. Go check it out. Project Keyboard's doing cool stuff. Lots of Palm. Palm Alice plate. 159's your guy. Palm is good. I'm interested. Oh, Nikes. All right. It's going to take me a second here. All right. 159, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. We're going to get lots of air horns are going to be happening here in just a second. Let's see. If you got it, let's see. All right. Trinity the Gamer, give a big shout out to 159. Papaya, Pappy Pajamas, spelled weird. Thank you for the sub. You got a gifted sub. G-Jax, you got a gifted sub. Boris Dunks, you got a gifted sub. Zekino, you got a gifted sub. WDW72, you got a gifted sub. Prigus 211, big shout outs. Yang Lad, Salt Rock Lamp, and CF Kaner. Welcome to the Subi crew, I guess is what we're calling it, according to Chewy. And I guess I'm okay with it. The mod squad. The Subi crew. Mr. Petrov coming in. It's coming in a little bit. Thank you for the 4 months. I appreciate it. My dude. Subi's RS. So, Geo, that's what Chewy has determined we are going to call our subs. I'm not going to lie, I haven't really been paying much attention, and there's a high possibility I've put all of these inserts in backwards. Just going to let you know. Money into my own pocket. Oh, Chewy. Oh, new cheer. Racing Giraffe, thank you for the 5 biddies. Appreciate it, my doggy. And Chewy. Alright, Chewy. Gotta get you. That's it. Oh, here's another one. The WMA the Tired? Is that how you would say that? The WMA the Tired? Thank you for gifting a sub to My Aunt's Testicles. Nice, My Aunt's Testicles. Congratulations. I know you missed out on the 159 10 gifted, so there you go. You got taken care of. Dude, this community is ridiculous, man. This community is ridiculous. What, my aunt's testicles is the troll name? It might be, but it's a freaking legendary troll name. This community is very irresponsible with their money. We all kind of like use our money in different ways. This community is just like, yeah, hey, here's keyboards. Have all of my money. Oh, content creators, here's also all of my. But it's insane. It's insane. I need some agua. All right. It's wire time. Switchboard. Dude, that PVD, man. I know 159 said he's not doing PVD until he can find a reliable manufacturer, but the PVD on the weight is actually really good. I mean, and good PVD is hard to come by. Never again. I'm sure the whatchamacallit, the quality control on PVD is very hard. Gaguma Ube. I am not a fan of Tokyo. Like your name. Racing Giraffe, thank you for the 5 biddies. I appreciate it. Geo. Sorry, my dude. Not a fan. Yeah, PVD is just it's fickle, man. It's hard to just. It's hard to get right. Sometimes this is hard to do with. A little bit much there. So man, yeah, Think is already shipping. That's awesome. When did Think go live? Wasn't it like it was Group I was in April? That's crazy. It's crazy that the board is already shipping and the key sets from April aren't shipping yet. Well, some of them aren't shipping yet. There are some that are like originative ones are out, but doesn't really count. Yeah, Waves is. I think Waves is gonna ship in December. Yeah. No. Olive is supposed to be here in November, but I feel like that's gonna get pushed back. I feel like it's gonna get pushed back to December just due to the sheer amount of keycaps that have been run in the past couple months. I hate doing 2Us. Like I never really have a good place to hold it after I leave one side. Try to do separate first. This is 205 grade 0 is what I'm leaving. No hole. Don't build without you. All right, I'll stop. Should I put that? I did not. I'm just a fucking. It's at the F. Sorry. Try to be good boys. I'm building without Geo, don't tell him. Yeah, no, I know. But it's hard because of my fingers. It's typically what I do, and I totally forgot. Attention. This one just doesn't want to get in the... There it goes. That's what. Don't know. We will be doing a 24-hour live stream on November 23rd, so a little bit less than a month from now. Chewy and I are going to be doing a couple builds, playing some games, doing some giveaways. Definitely stay tuned to the Discord. We are going to be announcing some of the giveaways here pretty soon. So stay tuned for that. You can figure out how to win some free stuff. Get some. The schedule is, as of today, the schedule for the stream is done. So I'm really excited for what we're going to be doing. We're giving away some artisans, some other stuff, maybe a board, maybe some other stuff. It's gonna be time. So stick around if you want to be involved in that. It is November 23rd is when we are doing the live stream, the 24-hour live stream. So if you can, exclamation point Discord in the chat. That'll get you a link to our Discord. You can stop by, say hi. We've got a good little community going. We got lots of people that are real active. So, one thing you always want to do, stabs. Keycap set. Alright, Magic Gnome, you have a good night, and I'll sure up. Get some screws out here. Alrighty. I always have to like think about things for a second when I do bottom rows. Does that look right? Is that right? Now, you want to test these out because if you don't, what can happen is you get your board built, you're ready to go, and you found out you've over-lubed the stabilizer. And it doesn't return. And now you got to go in and figure out how you can get that all taken care of without having to take the whole board apart, which is a pain. So I always recommend trying them out because sometimes maybe you didn't lube it enough. You want to add a little bit more. You can easily take it off and add some more. Getting that this is electric. Which also big ups to Huey. I'm just totally copying him with the electric screwdriver. I was like, why didn't I even think about that? Because this is amazing. being able to go button. Done. So easy. Easy clap, as the kids say. What's up, Draxtar? How you doing, my dude? You having a good night? It up. I did not. Ooh. It's always the worry with the bottom row is that you messed it up. I'm probably gonna put some switches in just to try to get this plate. They're shipping. They're shipping. I got mine grouped by. Where am I from? No. It's not necessarily the best idea, though. You need those teeth. I'm just putting some switches in here to kind of anchor it a little bit. Because if these stabs are fine, I'm just going to get switches, starting soldering process. Nines, man. I honestly, that was a Chewyism. I did not know that. I did not know they could not be laser cut. I'm assuming he, in his talks with Switch Couture, he found that out. I did not know. I personally do not know how you would. 159, if we're still in chat, you could enlighten us how one would machine to get it. Let's see. Right. All right. I know y'all can't hear that right now. It sounds buttery smooth. these keycaps away to soldering. In 7. Like this month you got 7? Or like you're in 7, you're 7? Because that's two different situations that you've put yourself in. Here's my thing. You got the means for it. Right now, keycaps are a safe investment. Papaya pajamas. Why am I an idiot? I thought that was something different. It's papaya pajamas, right? Thank you for the follow. Papaya pajamas. Bananas and pajamas. It's a classic. Alright, Chewy, calm down. The soldering iron up and running. Look at that flex, man. You're just waiting on 7? Okay. That's not too bad. I wouldn't say that's like insane. That's still a lot. It's still pretty hard. That's going pretty hard for someone who's new. Interesting. Also, if you don't have one of these, it's got some little dirty there. Let me get the dust out. Shh. All right. If you don't have one of these, Solder Mate Weller. It's nice. It's literally just like a thing to put your solder in. Pull it out. It stays there. Roll it back up. You can wrap it around so whenever you need it, you just go. That's all I need. Awesome. Awesome if you're building lots of boards. I don't know why more people don't have. Alright. Okay. We're gonna get these switches in. Because these are Alps compatible, I feel like it requires a little bit more solder. GMK screw-in stabs. Dude, Chewy's waiting on more than just Lumina, and he's waiting on M0110 as well. I think I bought these from Novel Keys, honestly, a while ago. That is unlucky, Tato Yang. I've had these stabs for a while, so they should be old stock. Kind of iffy on USPS. Why is that? Right, I'm gonna have to do this upside down. Lighting to the wrong pad. Amazon purely because they're shipped by Amazon. Yeah, I would get them from, I don't know if I would buy them from Amazon. I would personally buy them from either Novel Keys, KBD Fans. You want the like Duroc ones, or buy those from different people. You can buy them from Project Keyboard 159. He has some 2Us, and then as well as some 6.25 and 7U bars available that you could purchase. Stuff. So I would recommend purchasing them from one of those vendors rather than Amazon, because Amazon is going to be, I don't think you're going to get the same quality as their mark as GMK. Music stopped. Can y'all hear me okay? Amazon delivery in Texas. What? Mercedes vans? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Sprinters. I live in Texas, by the way. Both Chewy and I do. So one thing, when you're working with plates like Palm or polycarbonate, really any PCB that's like softer, you want to make sure, so like for instance, make sure everything's flush. Make sure everything is as flush as possible. See, like right there's a little bit more of a gap. It's like minuscule, but what you can do there is you can heat up your solder point, push it down. And that's why we do that's why you do your anchor switches, to make sure everything is going to stay even. But what I was going to say is, with something like this, it's always good to kind of hold the plate, support the plate, so that way when you are pushing these switches in, it doesn't push the plate down. And if it does push the plate down, like say for instance it does get pushed down, like it's going to bounce back, but like if it was down like that, you can always bring it back up. Sure, on there. But it's good to kind of get some upward pressure on the plate as you're putting them in, so that way all the switches get set in the plate properly. I will say one thing I love about this plate is how restrictive it is. It makes the bottom row really simple. Really, really simple. And if you can see this foam that I have underneath, this is just like I think this is from like a KBD fans board. It's really just there so I can push the switches in and not damage the desk mat I have. It also allows me to put a little bit more pressure and not worry about having the pins bend as much. So if you get something like this in like a board, in with a board and packaging for something, just keep a little sheet of it around and use it when you're pushing in switches. We do, drifting bunnies. We need to have the silent meetup, like what McNose was saying, where we're all just like in a cafe, listening to music on our headphones. I will need some break-in time for these switches, though. Not speaking to each other. Save your opinions for when you go home. I just imagine us all sitting there listening to music. We have like a couple laptops there, and we're just typing on the Discord to each other. Be funny. It would be hilarious, wouldn't it? They're just like, what the hell is going on with these guys? It'd be funny if, like, yeah, that would be a pretty funny time. It'd be a good time though. Although I don't think that's what would happen. So it's lubing. I don't think I gave myself a whole bunch of allowance. So now before I get started soldering, I'm just going to make sure that the plate is fully, all the switches are fully seated in the plate. Dude, Chewy, you need a box navy board. That's like your jam. Alright. It's weird to be able to like push down one side of a keyboard. I'm so used to brass plates at this point. Brass and aluminum that alright, now we got all the switches in, we're gonna start soldering. I'm just gonna make sure this is good still. Plateless TKL, oh my gosh. So if you don't know, plateless boards are like some of the hardest to make sure everything so much very carbon fiber is going to be stiffer. Well, depending on how thick it is, but carbon fiber is going to have like a little bit more rigidity to it overall. You would get out of a Is this for your Sirius that you're talking about? Not gonna lie, like this PCB, don't like the Alps supported on the makes me use more solder than I want to. I love that it supports Alps because I think that's great for the makes that whole solder. This is the PCB that does not have 6.25 support. They did fix it, but this specific one does not. 6.25 support. It's funny because the solder looks so funky because one is a normal size hole and the other one's so much larger. Makes me feel it feels weird, the amount of solder I have to flow on one versus the other. This is it's Cursor. It's the same Cursor that like everyone uses. Cursor solder. One saw the. I know for me, when I first started into keyboards, before I was even in Mechs on Deck or involved really in the community at all, it's like I already knew how to solder, and my first question was, well, what kind of solder should I use? And the first thing that I found was the guides on Input Club. So if you're looking for products, that's a good place to start. I think it's 93.7. Split it. .8mm. I bought one roll a year ago. Very much have not needed to buy another. If Chewy is here, can you link the solder to our buddy m.maxim? Someone who find it on Amazon. We'll say, in my opinion, that is the best solder to use for building boards. Has never steered me wrong. Have I seen GMK Joe? I have not. Oh, okay. I think this is 8317, if I remember correctly. That number sticks out in my head. I don't remember. Janky render. Why did I fall for that? That's like the biggest Twitch meme right now. Jake Rups, what's up? Joe Mama. Got him! You did get me. Alright, I need to move the mic back so I can actually see. Janky Render, thank you for the follow. Solder to get away. Boob switches. I think they're still working on them. They're trying to figure out how they're gonna do it. I don't know if Dixie's here. No, he was saying the other day there's also a possibility that instead of being inks, it could be just recolored Gatoron yellows, which he'd be fine with. Still run. So. The case, I think it was, off the top of my head, I think it was $225. This group buy price. That's the thing about this case. The Sirius is such a good value. Can't believe get for this. Hopefully eating solder is not this time. Yeah, if I remember correctly, I think it was $225 was what this was for this. Soft. It's palm. So I don't know the actual like scientific name for it. That acetol, I think is what it's called. It's palm plate, palm case, palm switches, because I'm putting creams. Switches. Yeah, it's relatively soft. Just checking all of my joints to make sure they are flowed well, especially in a PCB that supports Alps, those little bit bigger ones. Be on the lookout to make sure that you're not only flowed on one side. It's not fully. Dude, I don't know where the jelly palm keycaps are at. I need some, man. Honestly, you should be worried about the stabs. But I don't really know what you would do right now. That's the thing. There's not really a good alternative. That's the problem. All right. So I'm just going to plug this in real quick and just make sure that everything is good to go through switch hitter. I'm sorry, I don't have a scene set up right now where I can show it, but just gonna. What I found funny about this board is it doesn't have tilde in the main layout. You can actually, I think, buy wires from Project Keyboard. Everything's good. Get out there. Let me turn my solder off. Sorry. Project Keyboard is selling good. I believe they are either they're the actual bar in order to fit correctly in the new acetate. I think is what this is called. Palm. I don't know what the actual name is for it, but I actually kind of like the fact that you can see the weight a little bit through, just a little bit. So let's go ahead and get this put in there. You did. Yeah, so big shout out to Project Keyboard. I already put the bump-ons on. I did that. Got screws. So question is, so I'm assuming, so there was a stab wire, but I took it out because I compared it with the stab wire that I had to make sure that they were, I just used whichever one was straighter. So question 159, did you include just the hex key screws just if you wanted to switch it for the bottom, if you wanted to change it out from Phillips? Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, wait. And to match the weight. Okay, yeah, I saw that. And then of course the actual plate as well in the black. No palm screws. I don't know if that necessarily matters. I'm just gonna stick with the Phillips heads. Okay with Phillips head. I don't know if there's necessarily a benefit. So one thing that I found that was really cool with this board, so I'm sure people have pointed it out. So see all those little lips? Those fit into the recessed sections on the board. It's nice. Helps you keep it together in addition to the screws. Yeah, it's a nice little touch. Not everyone would do that, especially at the price. That's the thing. At the price that this board is. Oh, actually, let me. Josh told me. Not the Mac 27, your case was misaligned. Unlucky. What's up, Visionaire? Is there going to be extras of Sirius? I'm sure there will be. What size is this X? Do you know off the top of your head? M3? And I don't think these are 18mm. It's fine. It's good. I got it. Check the IC, you lazy bums. I got it. I was just worried about having to... go grab a different roll of bits. That's the one thing I don't like about this, about that deal, is And the bits are all in these tubes. I've got 3 of these tubes. It's nice because it's all marked. It makes it easy to take with you, but man, it's rough. This one doesn't want to go. It's that screw. Sometimes with the black coated screws, it adds a little bit. No. Have to bust out my this one's just a little bit tight. Nice color change there. Nose. There we go. It's funny though, because with this this electric screwdriver, it puts everything to kind of tight, and then you have to go in and actually tighten it because it doesn't have enough power to really put things in snug. This is my favorite song on the playlist. Actually, so my dog is absolutely terrified of the thunder, and right now it's thundering and lightning outside, and he is not happy. He's currently trying to figure out how he can get under my desk so he can be under my feet. He's just staring at me. It's gonna be okay, bud. It's okay, Anubis. It's okay. Alright. Let's see if we can... Alright, so this is apparently the trickiest part. Getting the PCB in underneath the... There we go. Alright, let's put her back in. No, I knew it was going to be like that. So, all right, so you can't really see it, but on the internal here, see the little lip right above the USB-C? It's like a very thin little piece of palm. I knew that was gonna happen. 159 was like, you might have to cut that off. And didn't want to because it looks so much nicer. But the snapping that you heard was those little pieces of palm, the raised portions that I was showing you that are indented on the opposite side. It was those meeting the case. I promise you it didn't damage anything. Am I incorrect in my assumptions? 159. Yeah, I mean, realistically, if I wanted to, I could just cut that off. But it's so good, I don't... I'm not gonna take this apart, see? Except for I will have another build for this because I have a second plate, but I'm not that worried about it coming out. If worse comes to worse, I just take out that little deal and then there's no issue. The little bridge, as he called it. It does look a lot better with the bridge there. So I'm going to try to have the bridge there as much as possible. I will say 159. I'm very surprised at how flush you were able to get this as a whole. Like, the seam, there is a little bit of a seam, but it's not anywhere near what you would think a plastic would typically have. It's not any worse than something like a metal. It's not any worse than, honestly, my TX60. Oh, I bet that was the first thing that you were like, I gotta figure that out because that's gonna be a pain. I feel like this board is probably one of the most protoed board I've ever seen. I think I've seen more Sirius protos than any other protos. All right. Well, let's get some GMK9s on this. It's out of the way. Yeah, I need palm caps. That's the other thing. But I don't. I've got GMK9s. So gracefully sitting right next to me. Of course, because it was on the floor for like 2 seconds, it's got a whole bunch of dog hair on it. Because my dog currently. Alright. Not gonna use till day. Interesting. Is 9 there, or do I actually use it on? Is it there? tilde. The only function I think I've ever used tilde for is CSGO. That's the only reason why I would regularly need to use tilde. This is reminding me how much I don't like typing on top of desk mats. Sorry everyone here. Who's a desk mat fan? I am not. I can already tell these feel incredible. I just don't like typing on desk mats. It is getting nuts outside. I can hear it through my headset. If my power goes out, sorry. The flexi. Oh, why not? I need to check. I might have to open it up and check the that I screwed in the. It's a lot more flex than what I was assuming. Icons. This is a TX60 in antique copper. See, but the thing is it also has a lot of flex because it's on top of a desk mat. Thank you. Yeah, it's GNK minimal is the key set. Thank you, Saturn. Appreciate that, my dude. Oh, a lot of flex. I feel like maybe I didn't screw in the middle mounts on the plate enough. Or maybe I'm just like Hulk handing it right now. Nines does look great on this board, doesn't it? This makes me excited for Olive. Because just the way that the switches look compared to the board. I feel like something's not screwed in all the way. Try it out. Me short shift. Not right short shift. This is the right short shift. It's like, wait, what? Okay. I've just, even the bumpers not that flexy. So. Palm stabs. I feel like palm stabs wouldn't necessarily be the best idea. Dude, it is getting crazy outside. I don't know if Chewy, if it's as crazy as is over by you, but man, it is getting nuts. I keep thinking my power's gonna go out. Well, there it is. Looks like nice. Is it supposed to have this much flex? It's got a lot of flex. I'm like surprised at the amount of flex. Yes. Okay. I'm excited. I still got like a little bit of lube residue on my fingers. Just making sure all the keys are fully pressed down so it doesn't look. Well, it's for the YouTubes. This is a Wind keyless Sirius by Project Keyboard with Nolive Creams and GMK9s. It looks great. It looks awesome. Back. Look at the forehead. Take a look at the chin. Looks great. I'm really excited to see what this looks like with olive on it. I can't wait to get olive. I mean, it's not that heavy. Like in comparison to this is like, I don't have a scale to weigh it, but I would say that this weighs probably less than 3 pounds, like, or right at 3 pounds. It's definitely like a good weight. Like, this is a solid weight. Like, I'm excited to be able to maybe take the weight out and take it with me, like have it be a travel board as well. I can put it in my backpack. It feels nice. Like, just the actual case itself feels nice. It is really the perfect travel board. Like, if you're taking a board to and from work every day, this board, oof. So, all right, I want to hear how it sounds. Is this music? I haven't. Exactly. You don't have to worry about any kind of damage. These switches are, for the most part, pretty even. They will need some time to kind of get to peak evenness, but they sound pretty good. All right, let me do a quick little typing bit. I'm just gonna apologize in case you hear some thunder and lightning. Also, this microphone is not made specifically for this. It doesn't do a great job of it, but can give you a good little taste of how it'll sound. So I'm muted. I'm muted. I'm sorry. All right. So obviously I didn't take my headset on, but just by the way that it feels amazing. Like, feels incredible. Sounds good. Me. Oof. It's just like, it's like such a natural sound. So this is like in our episode today, we talked about plate materials. And the thing about using plastics, I feel, is that they allow more of a natural sound rather than like metal. Obviously, it being denser and being metal, it's going to be pingier. It's going to be a little bit louder. This has a little bit of a softness to it, but it sounds very natural. The subtle flex in this is awesome. I will say these creams are maybe a touch, a little bit heavy on the lube, but that's something that over time they're going to kind of, especially as I type on it more and more, it's going to kind of even out a little bit. And like Chewy just said, it's definitely better to a little over lube than to under lube, because it's not something that you can like go in and fix. Over time, it will kind of wear down a bit. So, man, this board, oof. GMK9s looks incredible. The beige on it is awesome. The dark gray on it is incredible. If you didn't get in on this set, I'm sorry. Something just hit my window. What's funny is like, so the palm plate is a little bit reflective, so you can actually see the purple light behind me coming through. Maybe there is one more chance to get GMK9s. Right now, this is probably one of my favorite sets this year. One of my favorite sets, one of my favorite boards. This is like 2019. 2019. Some of the best stuff we've had come out so far. The Sirius, GMK9s, the Nolives, which they feel great, by the way. The 63.5 gram springs. I know Chewy's not going to be a big fan of it because it's light, but it feels good. It feels good. With that being said, thank you for tuning in. Definitely appreciate y'all. Thank you for all the follows, the subs. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central Time. We will be interviewing Mr. Keebs from Brazil. If you're not familiar with him, he's from Brazil. He's got an insane keyboard collection. He is a cool dude. Really excited to talk to him. Be myself and Chewy and Mr. Keebs is going to be a good time. So 8 p.m. tomorrow night. Also, check us out on YouTube. Do a little typing, ! YouTube. All caps because I was testing out this board. Actually, one more thing before we go. I want to see what the underglow looks like. Not that I care about that, but I just wanted to see. But with that being said, check us out. ! Discord. Join our Discord. Come talk to us. Chewy and I are on there all the time. We play games. Come hang out. Lots of cool people. Come have a good time with us. And then, yeah, I think that's going to kind of wrap it up. Again, this is a Sirius. It's awesome. If you haven't had a chance to pick one up, be on the lookout for them. The extras are coming soon. Y'all have a very, very good night. Let's see, is there anyone that is on that we can raid? Anyone we can host? Let me take a gander. Oh, nice. Got Mech Merlin. He's on. So we're gonna go ahead and raid Mech Merlin. If you haven't checked him out before, if you've never heard of him, he's doing his series that he does every week called Porting with Ports, and he's basically porting a board into QMK. So check him out. He's a good dude. He does a lot of work for the community. So definitely be sure to tune in to his streams. Give him a follow. Subscribe if you can. Yeah. Y'all have a good night, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. 159. Porting with Ports. Check him out. Y'all have a good night.